It's Dogtober 7th. Hasan Piker decided he's going to boot up his stream. He's been live for hours. And so is his dog Kaya. His dog Kaya has been behind him in his stream the entire time. She decides to try and get a little bit more comfortable in her safe space, and here's the clip from that.
Consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
What did you get from that? Because what I got there was the dog was trying to readjust, get comfortable. He looks down towards off screen, off camera. He looks down harder than when I'm looking for the WASD setup on my keyboard, because I don't play mouse and keyboard very often. So I'm trying to play a game and I'm like, where's my W? Son of a bitch. He looks off camera and it seems he interacts with something. His dog yelps in the background and he then proceeds to call her a little baby.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom.
We're going to go over quick the cope. People are trying to say that this was not a shock collar. This was clearly, Kaya clipped her dew claw. If you don't know what that is, it's the, you know how dogs, they have their dog paws, and then up here about, they would have a little extra digit almost. Apparently it's an evolution thing. I'm not 100% sure. They don't need it anymore, but it's still there. And obviously it is a sensitive spot, but not that sensitive that it would have caused the dog to yelp. So a lot of people are obviously taking issue with this clip, and it is a very upsetting video to see because it's obvious that he shocked his dog for just moving, for just readjusting. If my balls were out of place and I was his dog, he'd shock me for trying to readjust them. It's fucking nutty. So if you don't know, dog collars are used by quite a lot of people, trainers and people that just own dogs generally, like you or me, right? Usually they don't have it set to such a high setting that with one tap of a button they would yelp, but they do use it for sometimes more aggressive dogs or even big dogs that need to be taught when they weren't taught properly from the previous owners. Whatever, those situations vary by the dog and by the person. I don't think that when we had a dog we ever considered getting a shock collar. That just doesn't sound good. It's such a painful direct to the neck. It's such a sensitive area. We just no. Anyways, before I go on a rant about that, we never use a dog collar personally, but that was just our own choice. If you're going to use a dog collar though, you're usually not going to have it at that high of a setting. The Kaya, that's the dog, yelped quite loudly from that. Obviously you can go back and you can rewatch the clip and you can say, oh, I'm on the dew claw team. I don't think that that's the case. If you don't know what place training is, I'm just going to give it a really quick breakdown, and if I get anything wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. Essentially though, the dog has a space that they feel the most comfortable and the most safe at. That is the place that they will go to when they are told to go to their place. Kaya's place is obviously right in the background there. I don't know, it seems like a technique, a tactic, but anyway, right in the background, and as she tries to move, he gives the place command, which seems to just be yelling at her and calling the dog a baby, which doesn't seem like the best commands to use for your place command, but to each their own, I guess. So there's been a bunch of really invested people, and they decided, hey, we're going to look into this a bit more. We're going to zoom in and we're going to go over his response video that he released the next day, 24-ish hours later, give or take. You know, the point is it was the next day. And we're going to see what evidence we can find. And they found a bit. So this right here is a dog collar. Apparently, in the response video that he released, he claims that that is not a shock collar. That is a dog collar that has a vibration motor on it to grab Kaya's attention, as well as an air tag. He is leaning into the, oh, she just clipped herself. She's being a baby. I'm going to show you guys that clip quick so you can see the response as well. Keep in mind, he, for some reason, didn't decide to show the dog collar to the people, to his audience, when that was happening. He was on stream when it happened. Someone clipped it, posted it to live stream fails. Obviously, swarms of people start coming in, blah, 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 fucking yelling at him, which, you know, fair enough. That was completely unnecessary. But instead of him just shutting it down right on the spot, really, honestly, proving himself right there and then. This would be a dead story. CollarGate would be dead in the water. He could have just shown the collar. He could have been like, no, look, here it is. You see? Vibration collar, nothing to worry about. He waited till the next day to do this.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good. There's the air tag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime, and it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get fucking lost.
I don't know about you, but that presentation was pretty quick. Hey, you see this? You see? Oh. Those are my AirPods. Anyways, the shock collar, or vibration collar, my bad, went under the microscope. A lot of people decided to take a closer look at it, change the lighting in a couple of pictures, and what they found was a piece of tape, which honestly, I think we all saw, but they made sure that we knew that there was a piece of tape on this shock collar. So first off here, I'm going to end up showing you that messed around with photo that I told you. They messed with the brightness, and you can see that there's a piece of tape on it. It seems to be covering up holes where possibly the prongs might go, or it's also trying to possibly mislead you where the charging port may be. So it seems like on the top left here, we have the shocking version of the collar, and on the top right, we have the vibration version of the collar. Something you'll notice is the charging point is set to the far right side, and then the charging point is set to the lower middle side on the shocking version. Shocking, am I right? So it does seem like he was trying to mislead people by possibly putting the tape over it. I mean, why else would you put the tape over? I'm trying to think of any other possible reason that you would put tape over it, especially when you're trying to prove your innocence the next day instead of on the day of. Like, let's be honest. If he would have done that and pulled the collar off from Kaya right there and then, and it would have had the tape on it, it would have been fucking fine. We couldn't have even said anything. What's the tape gonna do? The tape's not gonna shock her. But it's the fact that he waited to the very next day. Who knows what could have happened, right? He could have gone to the store and bought a vibration version. At the end of the day, it just seems like a major overreaction and a lot of cope. His community seems to just be backing him because they like him a lot. And anyone who's not in his community can see this for what it is, and it's abuse, right? It's dog abuse. Like, the dog didn't do anything. The dog might as well have farted and gotten shocked for it. But yeah, no, I pretty much wanted to talk about that because that's definitely a shock collar. I can't see a world where it isn't. The only multiverse that could be a vibration collar is if it was powered by uranium bars. It doesn't make any sense to me. There was no correction needed there. Kaya wasn't doing anything wrong. As far as you know, Kaya was just going to turn around and go back. And the fact that you call her a baby and say she's overreacting when you weren't even looking, you were looking off screen, activating the button. It seems obvious to me, but I guess, what do you guys think? But yeah, that's pretty much it with that one. Thanks for watching.